Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call Live. We are live in Prosperity Hall at Alliance headquarters in beautiful Burlington, North Carolina. Hosted by Albright. Brought to you by AMP Studios in front of a live studio audience. Featuring in-depth training and the latest Alliance news. Now, let's hear it for your host, our President and CEO, Andy Albright!
Y'all grab a seat, but keep screaming, because Jeff Bright is in the house. Jeff Bright is in the house. Oh, baby. Got a lot to do, and I am on a tight schedule today.
That's right.
I got a helicopter waiting, and he said, he's only giving me a 15-minute window, and I got to there because he's a busy guy. The guy that owns it's flying it, and he's got to go somewhere. He said, I'll pick you up and take you where you got to go so you can get to where you got to go because it's very important. But I only got a 15-minute window, so I got to walk out of here. Boom. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We're landing on the practice field at NC State and then going in and looking at this facility that they want us to help finance. I'm so excited about it. Let me explain something to you. I'm 50 times more excited about y'all. Like I'm 50 times more excited about y'all. I'm not kidding. Today, Jeff Bright, we're going to talk about the base of the whole thing is gratitude, and that's big. But right now, I want to show you the GSB. Right now we've already got $2,500 to give away in the month of July. And the month of July is just getting started. 19 people already over. Right now we've got, let's see, I'm having trouble sliding it, so you're going to have to slide it for me, Billy. We really need to keep killing it on the GSB. We want to give this money away. Let's see who's leading the way on GSBs. Slide down a little bit more. A little bit more to where I can see people. All right. All right, so leading the way right now is Kimberly Spinelli Young. Woohoo! She's already got 30,000 issued through the 12th of July. This is a hint as far as who's willing to win in the July contest, if y'all hadn't figured that out. And Mrs. Consistency, Michelle Alleman, already has 23,000 and 2 people already with their first issue paid. Tell you what, Billy, let's go ahead to, I want the rookie production. Can you tell without me looking at it, the rookie production contest? That's veteran. I want one that says rookie producer contest. Okay. All right, so let's remember what we've got going on here. We have a 1-month contest that we're giving away $50,000 cash.
Come on now.
Okay? If you would like a piece of that, perform, right? Okay. So right now, there's this new guy, Richard and Melissa Smith. They're not here yet, are they? I know they're coming up this weekend. I got in the jet. I got off the jet, and they picked me up in a Jeep the other day. And it seems like yesterday. It could have been 6 months ago. Well, they're rookies, so we know it's within 18 months, right? And I just said, I hope they make it big. You know, I just said, I hope they make it big. And the good news is it happens. Here they are kicking butt and taking names with 14,000 issue paid already. Hey, y'all remember when we did the Zoom and he was on there telling us that he's working up to 3 days a week? And I was kind of, I think I kind of beat on him a little bit about going three. you know. But it just makes me, well, I'm trying not to say, I want to be all positive, right? I'm going, he's working 3 days a week, guys. That's all I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm not saying? Like, how's he doing that in 3 if everybody else is out here working 7 days a week and he's outperforming them in 3? It makes my engineering mind start ticking, going like, hey, a minute. Does that make sense? Is he that more? We're going to get him. I can't wait to get him up here at family reunion. Bubba Skinner. Now I'm going to tell you what. Me and Bubba, and I kind of dressed up today, but me and Bubba, to me, bring, what do you call it? You should know you could do it if me and Bubba can do it. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to pull Bubba down to my level. You know what I'm saying? But me and Bubba are a lot alike, bro. I'm just telling you. This is a guy. I mean, me and him right there together, a mess. I mean, you ought to just. I'm like I said, I'm trying to pull him down to me, but he's a good friend of Paul Roberts now. But when he got involved in this business, the way he saw what he heard what Paul Roberts was flying around in jets and traveling all the world, and called him up and say, "Bo, what do you know that thing I say in an opportunity meeting? Where I say, have you ever thought about stopping your car and going up the door and knocking on the rich people's house and say, hey, what y'all do and how do I get in?" That's what Bubba did. He texted me. He said, "What are you doing and how do I get in?" Like there's dummies out there, but he's smart to do that. Right. And now look, he's on track right now to win $2,500 cash extra. Jera Gonzalez, same thing. Her daddy's been in business 2 or 3 years, just plugging along, doing pretty good. And then she one day says, "Hey, can I get in?" She'll be here at family reunion. You can ask her exactly how the story went down, but that's the way I understand it. She said, "Can I get in?" Boom, yow. She writes $20,000 she paid the first month she ever got started with us, and now she's number 3 in the contest of all the rookies. Melissa Williams, I met her the other day. Oh my gosh. She's talking about, I was homeless 6 months ago with 3 kids, and the kids were so mad at the homes of the people that would let us stay. She said the bugs in these people's home was worse than the bugs out in the park. As kids said, we should stay in the park. We get bitten by less bigger bugs. I was like, what did you say? Did you really just say that? I said, well, you was grateful for the people who live at the house. She said, I'm so thankful they live in my house. I wish they'd cleaned it. They let me stay in their house. I just wish they didn't have the bugs in it. I said, well, that's a reasonable request. I was like, these stories. And she talks like so smart. And I was like, how did you get, like, how was you in a bad way and then you got smart? She says, I've been listening to those audibles of y'all's, the media every day. So I'm on it like 20 hours a day. Like I'm waking up, I'm on it all the time. I was like, you're on track. It was amazing. I was so excited. She just, like, it's amazing how she's copying. Zach Wright, I'm hearing crazy good stuff from Andy Riddle about him. Anthony Diaz, you in here yet? He'll be here. Met his wife, Leah, I think. Is it Lee or Leah? Leah. Henry Bolin. Oh my gosh, kicking butt. Jessica Phillips. Jessica, oh my God, I don't even want to tell you. She's just like, do you really think, I remember her here at Instant Thunder, and she said, do you really think I can do it? I was like, you got everything you need, girl. I said, I've been talking to you 5 minutes. You got everything you need. The only question is, are you going to use what you got? I'm going to throw everything I got at it. Here she go. Oh my gosh. Crystal Spooner. Joe Dukes is telling me all kinds of great stuff about Crystal. If it's Crystal, I think this is the Crystal that I met when I was out there. Y'all know I meet a lot of people. I ain't trying to freak you out, but this joker, I made him come up to the front. He kept asking questions in the back. I was like, come up here and sit right here. And Evan Patzer, Vanessa, killing it. Alex Avian's team. Mia Stone. Y'all met Mia right over here in Charlotte. Killing it. Her team's going like crazy. Brian Rojas. Where's he at? Oh my gosh, Brian. You the man. Brittany DeRossi, had her on the jet the other day. She's fired up out of her mind. Life changed with the Alliance. What an example. Mark Critterton, could you give me a little bit more room down here, boss man? Thanks, sir. Shelley, Dan Silva, Dia, Paul Van Thoff. Oh, yeah, baby. I'm asking, how's this compared to lacrosse? He's a lacrosse coach. Liliana, Manning, Carmen. I need a little bit of, is Carmen in here? Come up here, Carmen. Is anybody in here that I called your name off? Has anybody, see, grab one of those mics, will you, Carmen? Tell me your name. You gonna do it right? Come closer. All right, now do it. I can touch you. All right, go ahead.
I'm Carmen Bellard. Kim Diaz, team
Carmen.
Stephen Daisies. Bellard.
Bellard. Mm-hmm. Roll it back down. Let me see her name, see what it looks like. That's you right there?
That's me.
Number 22 in the United States of America. United States of America. God, Carmen Bellard. That's it.
Remember that name.
I'm keep the mic up closer. Say it again.
Remember that name.
Okay. Do you have a bad story, like bad stuff happened in your life? I didn't ask you to say it. I just want to know if it's a yes or no question. That wasn't a paragraph question.
Yes. Simple yes.
Yes.
This has definitely changed my life, and I look forward to.
Well, here's what I need you to do. You remember that story.
That's right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Don't forget it. Some preachers, some gurus, some advice people, they tell you, they say, you need to just put that in your past. Don't forget. No, you need to keep it right there. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And people say, well, Tim Goad says not to hold on to stuff. I didn't say hold on to it. I said to put it right there where you can see it. Does that make sense? There's a big difference in seeing something and grabbing hold of it. Grabbing hold of it, not a good plan. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Carmen Bellard. All right. Got kids?
Nope.
No kids, just you.
Just me.
Do. Good deal. Got a dog, cat, fish?
I got two fur babies, 2 dogs.
2 dogs. Everybody likes you now. What kind of dogs you got?
They're Chihuahua mixes.
Chihuahua
but they're
mixes.
good, loving ones.
You need to get a hold of Shannon Barnhart.
Okay.
Talked to her yesterday when she's here at Family Reunion. You and her will be best buddies.
I'll look her up.
She got a story too, and she ain't forgot it.
Good.
She'll tell you. All right, so scroll it down. Let me see who else we got. Jeffrey Turner. Because see, here's what I'm looking for. Here's the new people. Jeff Turner, you in the house? Come on up here, buddy. Yeah, baby. Will Parisis, John Lehman, Zachary Kent. Nope, you got to stay right here. Stay. Elton, Nick Eberwine. Oh my gosh, Nick Eberwine, look at there. Jose Cuervo. Y'all don't think that's what you say it?
No.
How you say it? Sorry, Cuevas. My bad, redneck pronunciation of an awesome name. I thought that's what it said. Barbara Debbie Mandrell, Chris Williams, Marcy Hicks, and Mindy Walls. Okay? Let's see who's barely missing it. All right. Mindy, Mike, Eric, Roseanne. No, Marcy's in there. Mindy's in there. Eric, Roseanne, Travis, Rachel Burke, Tim Long. Tim, he's a rookie. I think he started last month, right? Dennis Lyons, Tracy Leggett, go on down. Amanda, Mark Craven. There you are, Mark. Amanda Clary, Corey, Chuck. Angela's he in here? All right. Okay, tell mic up high.
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Jeff Turner, and I'm direct to Kelly Haney down in San Antonio.
How long have you been with us?
I've been riding with you for about 3 months.
So you're real new.
I am.
Do you have dogs?
I do. I have 1 dog.
What kind of dog you got?
He's a pit boxer mix.
I got a pit boxer mix. Have children?
No, I don't. Just myself.
No kids. Okay, good. And where do you live?
I'm in San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio, Texas. I was talking to an attorney from San Antonio, Texas yesterday. He accused me of having a Texas accent. I said, I will accept that. All right, take me to the rookie recruiters, will you? Rookie recruiters. That's veteran recruiters. Here we go to rookie recruiters. Okay, Brandon Bill is leading. Now let me show you how this works. Getting people to the 3rd and 5th and 10th issue paid is very critical, because there's 2 people that have 2 people direct to them. Well, first, you've got to hire somebody and get them right in business. That counts as a recruiter to us. They're recruited when they get contracted, but in this contest, they have to write business. And he's got 2. He's also got a person to 3 and a person to 10. This over here tells you they're growing. So we rank it. So the tiebreaker works like this. We go to this column first. If it's a tie, then we go to this column. If it's a tie, we go to this column, and then to this column, then to this column. So that's the way it works. Does that make sense? So look at all these ones. Can you scroll it? Peter, oh, by the way, Peter has been here a month. He won money in the first contest, the last contest, and now I think he might have been with us. Anybody know? Speak up. 3 months. 3 months, and he's already got 2. In this month, he's already got 2, and he doesn't have anybody to the 3rd, 5th, and 10th, so we've got to work on that. Okay, let's see all these ones. Look at all these ones. Back up to where, there we go. All right, so we got, Evan's got 1. Now, Evan, who you just saw, is number 3. He's number 10 in sales, and he's number 3 in recruiting. Y'all understand? Listen, y'all know the best thing that what I'm getting out of this contest more? These are what we call curve busters, right? These are what we call examples, heroes, that we say it can be done. So this is the kind of thing that I love this. I mean, I love giving away the money and seeing the enthusiasm, getting people started, but I'm going like, I am telling you, if you have the WANTTO, if you have the want to, this can be done. And what I love, what you're going to see at family reunion, is some of them this tall and some of them this tall. Some of them this wide, I don't know how they do it, and some of them this wide. I'm real clear on me and them how we do it. That's right. You with me? But I'm saying that the heart of the matter is where it's happening, where the want to is. And we're going to talk about that a lot in a minute. So way to go, Evan, Jackie. How you say that name? Lemuel? Nesha? Huh? Manuel? That's Lemuel. Is any of these people in here? Make sure you jump up. Janice, Nisha, Melinda, Carolyn, Stephen, Elizabeth. Hey, look, Richard Smith. Number 1 in sales, number 12 in recruiting. If y'all want to know, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to skip through it. They're working. I'm telling you, they're on the phone talking to people. And people say, I just don't have the people skills. I turn people off. I don't think so. I don't think you're turning them off. I think you're not talking to them. I am telling y'all, it's the work. It's the do. This is the good news. Like, so now, used to when I was little, Daddy talking about work, I'd be like, that's bad news right there. Because my daddy's work was work. Like when he said we're going to dig a hole, we're going to dig a hole. I'm talking about with a hole digger. If you ain't never dug a hole with a hole digger, you ain't never worked. He said, I primed tobacco. I said, all right, if you pick leaves off the bottom of a tobacco stalk, you did work. It ain't really picking it. Well, yeah, picking it pretty bad too. But hauling it around and taking it over to a trailer, that's work. Oh, and if you drove a tiller. If you ever drove on tillers. I've done things. It's way different than riding a jet ski. Y'all seen Davies ride a jet ski? This is way different. You ain't never ran a tiller. That's work. Work here is talking. That's why I say it's the easiest thing I found so far. All you got to do is talk. I'm just a natural talker. Y'all are too. When I ask you a question, you want to tell me a paragraph. I know you natural talkers. Okay, let's go to the veteran producer contest. I got it. Okay. All right. Kimberly Spinelli Young. She is in the top. By the way, I cannot wait to tell y'all the results of last month's contest, so who got $20,000, $15,000, $10,000, and who was in both sides and got $10,000, $5,000 bonus. I can't wait. We're going to give away a quarter. Listen, let me tell you something. Some of y'all ain't never seen $250,000. That's right. I'm going to make $250,000 disappear right in front of your face. That's right. Y'all seen me do magic before? I'm getting ready to do magic. That's right. $250,000 given away. First you're going to see it, then you're going to not. It's crazy. and we got all kinds of surprises coming. Okay? All right, so Kimberly Smiley-Young took some of that money. Michelle Alleman took some of that money. Nikki Ebanks, I think she eked into the top 30. Here's what you like, is consistency out of people. Consistency. Look, they're just just get up and get the job done. James Coleman, he got money. Debbie Ben, I think she got money. So right now, this is $5,000, $2,500, $1,000, and then I forget what it does. $500. It's 1 month, $50,000. Now here's what's crazy. Richard has come along and he is slamming veterans. Does that make sense? If you're on a varsity team, you can't say like, I'm a senior, can I get some playing time and go down on the JV team? No. But JVs can get promoted to varsity. Does that make sense? So the people that are brand new can pass the people that got years of experience, and they can take their money that they got. So he takes his $5,000 and then he picks up whatever money number 6 takes in. And he can go all the way up here and take number 1 and get another $5,000.
That's right.
Does that make sense? And by the way, I just love contests. Y'all like contests?
Oh, yeah.
What y'all like more? Being in contests or winning contests?
Winning.
Oh, shoot. Did y'all? The only thing I don't like about this contest, I took myself out of the contest. That's the only thing I don't like about the contest. Sydney, did I see you standing somewhere in here, Sydney? I just thought about Sydney, and I know you ain't Sydney, but you remind me of Sydney. So Sydney, 15, Marty Doge, Miles Gatos, Elena, girl, what am I talking about? South Beach, Florida, Miami, coming up to North Kakalaki with $13,000. David Lewis, Bubba, number 12.
There you go.
Bubba, number 12 in the country. Number 12 in the country, baby. Bubba. Who would have thunk it? Katrina, there she is right there. Katrina Gustin, stand up. Katrina Gustin. Stand up, turn around, say hey to everybody. We'll take a shout out to the kids and everything.
Hey.
Say hey to Les. And all
Hey, Les. Hey, boys. Love you.
All right. Where are we at? Katrina. Jared moved up into the United States of America big time. She takes the $2,500 that she won in the rookie contest, and now she's kicked all y'all seniors. You get to play tailback, right? Y'all know what tailback is, right? Like when you go on a football field, he said, "Get your tailback on the bench."
So wrong.
So you're going to play tailback. Melissa Williams, can you believe it, Melissa, that you're passing everybody? Bel Air, Mr. Consistency. Look at all these rookies coming up in here. All these rookies coming up in here and taking over. Does anybody remember me saying there's getting ready to be some shake-up in the makeup?
That's right.
This is what this is. This is a manifestation of that talk that we started about 18 months ago. I said, I feel some change in the air. Matter of fact, how many of y'all feel some change in the air already in here? Some different people taking the money. Woohoo! Matt Goodrich holding down Las Vegas, kicking butt, taking names. He sent me all kinds of notes, texts. Keep sending them out. I love them. James Turner. I guess that is Jay Turner. Is that who that is? Jay, we should change that to Jay Turner, smart people. Anthony Diaz. Hernan Rowland, Diaz. Look at all these rookies. Is there more rookies up? No, he was the first one. No, Richard Smith. So look at all the rookies. All right, going down. We're going down. Going down. Who else? Is it more rookies? Oh, yeah, there's another rookie up number 28 in the country. I don't know. I like this rookie strategy of them coming up and recognizing who's new. So we'll see where that goes. Glenda Graham smoking. Megan Alleman. Is that same as Michelle Alleman? No, it's a younger version. Merlene Felix. Glenn Lamb, Austin Heater, way to go, Austin. Marcus Richardson, Henry Borland, Adam Johnson, James Hill, Stan Aldridge, and Gil Stutling Flores, the musician. He was a high school band teacher, leader. That's what he did, and he started doing this on the side and said, I'm going to do this full time, and he's killing it. part of Diane Lampe team. Junior career, where it ends, right there. So that's where the money goes, right there in July.
Yep.
If it ended today. So this will go all the way through the end of July, so it'll actually be days after the convention that these numbers can change. So that's exciting. Stephen Bauer, Hal Rosen, Hal and Ellen, Nathan Thomas, Toby in here? Yes. Toby and Stephanie. Stand up, Toby and Stephanie. You should do the same thing. Shout out to your little girl and hey to whoever.
Hey, Bracy.
Hey, Bracy. Matter of fact, did y'all see? Did you see when I was advertising here on band? Everybody should be on band. Is everybody on band? Raise your hand if you're on band. If you ain't raising your hand, you need to say, "Hey, how'd I get on that?" It's free, by the way. I always go like, "How much it costs?" That's what I always say. I don't know what y'all say. How much? It's free, okay? But Bracy was on there. She was the one telling everybody the thumbs up, and she thought they would love the convention. By the way, how y'all like setup? Is this just crazy? You ain't seen it all. You ain't gonna see it all till Friday night, and it's gonna come alive, man. It's gonna be crazy in here. What else? Say something else to the people out there at home.
We're just fired up.
Y'all gonna be here at Family Reunion?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Invite them.
Yeah, you guys need to come out. Yeah, family reunion's crazy.
We're gonna be here.
All right. Yeah. I'm excited for y'all. Great job. Mark Hutchinson, Jasmine Lightborn. There she go. Hartlib, Danny, Pam Moore, Abel, Verastigi, Belle Krause. Y'all's team right there. Jake, Joe Dukes. Scroll it down. Let's see who else is in here in the top. Oh, more rookies. These rookies. Jessica Phillips, Nick. What the heck? That's all Nick. There he is. Come on up here real quick. Number 40. What is this? What are you doing? I feel like I don't want to wake you up. You ever see it in a basketball game where just hitting everything, and they're like, wake up, dude. What's happening, man?
Just working.
Well, there you go. Take that. Take that. So do you keep your bad stuff in front of you to keep that burn going? You don't keep that mic up there?
Yeah, just kind of that, but just let it all go and just put my head down and just work and just do what Paul tells me to do.
You did not come out of the gate killing it.
No.
How long you been with us?
2 years.
2 years. Mm-hmm. Okay. So did your first? That's right. So you're on here. You're not on here as a rookie. So you've been here for 2 years. You just missed that undercut, like 6 months.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Good deal. All right. Jessica, can't wait to get her up here. Doug Becker, Andrew Peters, baby. Do y'all know who he is? Mm-hmm. Wait until you meet him. Oh my gosh. Me and Andrew and Bubba are the team right there. I wouldn't have bet on that 3 for nothing. I'm just going to tell you what. I'd be like, I'm going to keep my money in my pocket on this one. That's 3. Olga, oh my God. Alvin Kittamore all the way in here he's coming in from Hawaii. Crystal Spooner again. Jan Miller, Will DeSanto, and MK. Another rookie. There's Evan. These rookies are moving all up in here. Number 17 in recruiting and number 59 in sales. What a smoking dude. Okay, guys, y'all grab a seat real quick. Oh, I got to do the veteran recruiting. We got to get going. I got a lot. Actually, Jeff's got a lot. Veteran recruiters, Kimberly Snelling Young. What's she, number 1 in sales too? What's the bonus she gets if she does too? Wasn't it another $5,000? I think she gets $5,000, $5,000, and $5,000. Or was it 1,000? It's 5,000. I'm trying to save a little money. Dr. Phil, they call him. Dr. Phil. It's my understanding that he don't really have a doctor's degree. I'm not sure if that's true, but Dr. Phil. Some people call him Herbert, and other people call him Dr. Phil. His name is Philip Hebert. It's Philip Hebert, all right? G. Chris and Jasmine Lightborn. Jasmine, was she on the sales? Maybe not. No, she must have been like 36 or 37. She must be below it. She was on there. Brandon Beal, he was on there for sales. And what is his girlfriend's name? Ashley, that's right, Bias. Ashley Bias. So Brandon and Ashley have this thing going on. Way to go, Ashley. Way to go, Brandon. I'm so happy for you guys. A real young couple, sharp, aggressive, and tall. They're tall. They're one of the tall examples. Okay? Both of them, like him and her, they're tall and tall. Kerry Williams, Michael Owens. Michael, look at this. You know what's looking good is over here in the 3rd, 5th, and 10th. This is filling out more than it ever was in the past. The 3rd, 5th, and 10th is doing better, which means solid, crazy growth. People are not just a flash in the pan. And listen, people said this. They said, Andy, do you think that the ones that are over there, 3rd, 5th, and 10th, are the ones that they're spending a lot more time with them? Yes, but you've got to have a lot to choose from. The people that you see, the ones, if you go down to the ones that don't have a big number here, they ain't got a big number over here. Does that make sense? You can't just take one person and make them do it. You've got to find them. You've got to put in the width like crazy and then find them. But you do, so you say, so that's expensive. Right. It's expensive, meaning I treat every one of them with crazy generosity, handing them free book. By the way, a lot of y'all bought cases of books and then you're not giving them anybody because you're waiting for people to get started as opposed to giving them a book and getting them started. You've given them the book before. You say, but a lot of them ain't going to do nothing. I know that. I've been doing this for 28 years. I know that. I'm clear that I'm going to lose a lot of money. It looks like this. Lose money, make it. Does that make sense? This is a graph. I'm an engineer, right? You losing money. Start make it. Does that make sense? A lot of you want to get to this part and you don't want to go through this part. The good news is most of us are changing our mindset in the Alliance, and that's the fun part that I'm seeing crazy generosity. Okay, Michael Owens, Alleman, Riddle, he is right up at the top. He was 1, 2, 3, 4 for recruiting. I know Riddle wants me to say he was number 1, but look, trust me, Riddle, you were 1, 2, 3, or 4 up there. You were right. I mean, because they were right on his tail. You know. By the way, do it again. By the way, he's doing it again. Look at all he's tied for 2. Scroll it down and see who else tied for 2. Look at all these 2s. That's why I tell you, if I could get y'all 3% better today, I will have accomplished something. You see how tiny the increments are? Every time the increments are tiny on who wins. That's the biggest part. That's why reading for 15 minutes. People always ask me, how many hours do you read a day? I'll be like, you get an hour reading, you're going to take more than a day for me. But I am consistent at doing it. Okay? And I can feel it. I get stupid when I don't do it. Because every time you learn something, you're forgetting something. James Hill, look at Mr. Fitzgerald coming up in there. Linda Goebel up in Kansas. Peter again. Peter has, look at these rookies have come up into the veteran recruiting regiment. I think we found some good recruiters. Evan, Marty Doge, Alex Abian, Belle Krause. Again, they were up on the production too. Elizabeth Christopher, way to go, girl. Way to go, Elizabeth. She will be here with Belle's on at convention. Kelly Haney, there she is right there. Adam Katz. Matter of fact, anybody that I've called your name that I hadn't got up here, come up here real quick, Kelly. Y'all give her a hand. Anybody else? Is anybody else? Just to have a shout out to you got kids? No. No kids. Got dogs?
Yes.
I think we found a trend. Okay, what kind of dogs you got?
She is a Frenchie mixed with a bull mastiff.
Was she watching the show? You want to say shout out to her?
Probably, because I have friends watching and they are babysitting her.
Well, shout out to her.
Hi, Bailey. I love you and I miss you.
Y'all do it in private. You might as well do it in public.
Very true. Very true.
How you been doing? Did you miss me? Okay. Andrew Shock, Katz, Kelly, George, Jackie. G-Shock, baby. G-Shock, woo! Hey, buddy, good to see you. Good to see you, buddy. Proud of you. All right, G-Shock, tell them, baby.
Hi, Nicole.
Who?
Nicole, my daughter.
Nicole, good.
Yeah.
How's it? You got a dog?
Not anymore. Too busy working.
Okay. All right, how old is Nicole?
12.
12 years old. Cool deal. Tell us something good about Nicole.
Nicole, I was talking to her last night before I came over here. She was talking about, I don't know what I want to do anymore. She wanted to be a veterinarian.
Yeah.
I said, you can sell life insurance.
What did she say?
She said, really? I was like, yeah, you can do it. And she was like, okay, I'll think about it.
That's the first step right there. You get them thinking about it. You get them think about it and then get them on a jet. Yeah. That's the sequence of events. Think about it, get on a jet, they go, oh man. Nathan Thomas, Cuz is in the house. I saw both of them. Come on. Cuz and Cuzette. Cuz and Cuz out. All right, so I know y'all ain't got no dog, and I know your boy, and I know your girl.
That's right.
That's the Cuz right here, if y'all don't know. Say hey to somebody out there.
Hey, Blake.
All right, let Nancy say something. Denise. Sorry.
Hey.
Nancy's his mama and his daughter.
That's right.
Did you do a hey?
I said hey.
You want to say anything else, anybody? There's your chance. I know you one of them always like, it gives me the mic, I'll tell them something.
Hey, shout out to Ann Paleo. Get well soon.
What you got?
I said, according to Megan just a minute ago, these numbers just changed, and I'm at a 2 just a few minutes ago. She showed me that, and I went, those numbers ain't right now.
Get out of the way. Let me read these
And I wrote a policy a mile from your house.
It's been like this way for 18 years.
That's right.
A mile from that's my territory.
Half of Colbert Road.
Stephen Moore, Dennis Arthur, you the man. All right, buddy. Paul Roberts, look at him going. Justin Margison, the baseball player. Paul Menachino, Trina Noel. Trina, baby! Woo! Patrick Connors. Brantley Powerhouse coming on. Riddle's team is smoking, I noticed. There's Larry right there. Get up, Larry. Buddy, what in the world? Let me ask you something.
Yes, sir.
Has stuff changed in your life?
Yes, I believe so. I'm working, actually. So, yes, a lot of things have changed.
What brought that on? What brought that working up? I mean, most people try to avoid it. You trying to find it.
No, I was getting tired of being broke.
You didn't like it?
No, I didn't like it at all. That's right.
It's amazing. Some people's tolerance for broke. They just go on and on. Like, ain't you getting tired of that yet? And no, I'm good.
I'm tired.
You got tired of it. You're like fed up.
Yes, sir.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired.
That's right.
Fed up, been beat up.
Yes, sir.
Had it with being broke, just started working.
Correct.
So how's it working? You putting some money in the bank?
Yeah, well, not enough yet.
Who is?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I'm gonna tell you what, bro. The way I spend money, we got to grow.
That's right.
I'm you same way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You don't want to get a bunch of savers on your team. That's not good. That's just not good. They see all that money piled up. They be like, look, I don't need to work. I'll be like, you need to spend that money is what you need to do. Invest it in another human being. Buy you a Ferrari and let that human being see it. You know what I'm saying? No, you need to give them books. You need to buy them leads. Hey, buddy, proud of you, man. I hear you. I see all your texts. Keep sending them to me and notes. Y'all should give. Y'all have no idea. Y'all don't have no idea, do they? They got no idea to fight, do they?
No.
How many of you think I might have some idea of the fight he's dealing with? Anybody? Mike? Because of the fight you dealing is what I'm trying to tell you. Mm-hmm. How many fight you dealing? How many of y'all fighting something? How many of y'all got problems? How many of you feel like you're getting ready to go into another problem you don't even know about? Because history has proved that's going to happen. That's what I'm going to tell you. You're getting ready to have another struggle, Bo. You think you're going to beat one, you got something else coming. I'm the good news bearer. If you have an easy day, you'll be happy. You'll be surprised. Wow, Albright missed a day. How many of you had one you've even missed lately? You had one good day, all good day, the whole good day? And nobody had one whole good day? She had one whole good day. I had a whole good day the other day. None? Not one? Think about it. One day lately? Hey, y'all, how many of y'all had a good day lately? Just one good day? Just one good day. Raise your hand high if you had one good day. All right. That's one good day. All right. Nikki, again, number 3 in sales and number 41 in recruiting in the United States of America. Nikki Ebanks. Do you think I can do this, Andy? Yeah, now I do. I thought it day one. Junior Korea, he's killing it. There goes. That's not Kimberly Spinelli Young. That's a different Kim Young, so you know. In addition, that's Taylor Smith. Oh, my goodness. Jason Carey, Justin Carson, and Carolyn. Is that y'all? You don't know? It's not? George, no, it's George Wilson. Aline, Chris Long, Stephen Thompson. All right, y'all grab a seat. Love y'all. Thank you very much. Woo! Hey, guys, we have got a ton to go over. Did I cover all that? The rookie and veteran, I got it all covered, right? Yep. How many of y'all think you got a shot at winning some money on this deal?
Oh, no.
I mean, did you see what the recruiting is? 2. They got 2 people writing business. How many of y'all think y'all got a shot at winning this? It's just, I really think so. Jeff Bright, come on up here, buddy. Jeff has put a lot of work into this, and we just spent a couple of hours going through it with Tim Goad and getting our mind right. So, my bad.
How y'all doing? We'll show them the new house?
Yeah, I'm trying to have it. Where's our new house, Billy?
That's the old one. That's fine. We can show them that. That's fine. Let's go to the talk.
Get rid of that one.
There it is.
How you like this? That's our new house. How many of y'all about ready for a new house?
We upgraded.
Is Gwen in the house?
Gwen did this.
We'll have to introduce y'all to Gwen. She's bad as bone.
Look, now look, you probably don't recognize, but look. So excellence all the way to gratitude. Can you see that up there, I guess? And there's an icon for each one now. That's an icon for excellence. That's service. See how it goes? Then over here, this is respect, compassion, community, gratitude. I just think that's cool. I mean, little things like that really excite me.
When we were doing bad, people say to me, they say, "What's wrong, Albright?" I said, "Lack of leadership and lack of focus." They said, "Who's the president?" I was like, "Me." I said it for years. They'd say, "What's the problem?" I said, "Lack of leadership and lack of focus." We killing it now. We killing it now. We got a team, just part of this team, but this lady, y'all will see her. All right.
So we're doing gratitude today, the last pillar. So we're on the 8th pillar. And where's the notes, Andy?
What? Notes. Billy, you going to do this or me?
Yeah. So for the new people, we have a 3-part recipe for each core value. So gratitude has 3 parts. Appreciative, altruism, and acknowledgement. 3 A's. 3 A's.
We're writing another book. It's my 4th book, and Jeff is like going to be the majority contributor to this, okay? So if you have thoughts, quotes, suggestions, you text me. You more than likely be added to the book because we're writing it, and this is the last chapter, gratitude, which everything's based on. Okay, I'm going to.
So just to give you an idea, we'll come back to this, Billy, every time so they can keep up with the recipe, but we're going to cover being appreciative first, and it works itself down. So to be appreciative, you have to learn to be thankful. And to be thankful, you have to have this thing called agreeableness. And we'll explain what that is. And the second part is altruism, which is basically you're a helpful person. You exhibit helpful qualities. And that comes from being selfless, not selfish, but selfless, which we call it in the Alliance, honoring the opportunity. If I could sum up gratitude the way Andy sees it, he wants you to honor the opportunity that's put forth in your life. That's what it is about, really, in a nutshell. But that comes from, you're not able to honor the opportunity if you don't have this thing called spirituality, a concern for the human spirit. Then the third part, acknowledgement, is recognition of the fortune that's bestowed upon you. And that comes from this really key word that you're going to love to understand after we get through. This is going to be the best word of all of them up here, indebtedness. What that means. That's crucial to catching this thing called gratitude. And then that comes from conscientiousness, an obligation to human spirit. You notice how I did these 3 bottom things. I like to point this out because I'm in my kitchen doing this at the table, and I say human nature, human spirit, humankind. Agreeableness, optimistic view of human nature, spirituality, concern for human spirit, and conscientiousness, obligation to humankind. So I kind of got that theme going. So let's go to the first page and talk about what is the basic definition of gratitude, and then we'll hit these 3 parts of gratitude. So the next, there we go. So gratitude comes.
Can you get where I can go back and forth and touch them, as opposed to waiting to you? I don't see them at the bottom or the side. Keep going.
Okay. So gratitude, I always start with the Latin word grata, which translates into giving thanks, showing grace, or being grateful. Any of those things would define gratitude. So here's the key word. You see the word unearned. Therefore, gratitude is essentially the recognition of unearned increments of value in one's experience. Now, that's a little fancy definition, but that is something you need to remember as we go through this talk. Because if you think you've earned somebody recognizing you, then you're probably not going to be grateful for what they did for you. But if you see it as an unearned contribution to your cause, then you're more likely to show gratitude for it. So that's why I think the word unearned is important. So the three traits of gratitude, as we talked about just a minute ago on the recipe, is agreeableness, spirituality, and conscientiousness. That is not Jeff Bright. That is the common three traits that make up gratitude from the Greeks, okay? Agreeableness, spirituality, and conscientiousness. I just took those three and worked my way up to some recognizable words that we could use in a definition. See how I do this now? This is how I get to something. I go to the root of where it came from, and I work up and come up with a general definition we can all agree to. So I want you to understand that process. So here's a key thing. Gratitude is about being positive. Being positive is both a state of being and a perspective. A state of being and a perspective. Being positive correlates right into being grateful. If you're not positive, you're probably not going to be grateful. So here, look at this. The process occurs when you start remembering what you have, which is a state of being. Remembering what you have is a state of being, and valuing it, which is the perspective. At the same time, remember what you got and valuing it at the same time. It's the state of being meeting perspective, which is crucial to being grateful. So let's go to the next page, Billy. All right, so Andy, we're going to talk about this together on this one. Being grateful is an emotion which happens after people receive aid that is thought to be one of the three.
Hold on. So gratefulness, it's about waking up and saying, I got a shot. It's why I'm psycho crazy and you can't figure it out. It colors my life. I wake up and I have a shot, so I take the shot. Does that make sense? If I wasn't grateful, I'd lay there and talk about my pathetic problems and stuff that happened yesterday and last night and stuff that happened 2 days ago. That's what I would waller in if I was not grateful. This is my craziness. This is my attack call. Get up and act like you appreciate it. Well, what's wrong with you? To myself. You got a dead gum shot. Even my dumb ding-dong head from Union Ridge could do this. Let's go. We'll do what? Life. Enjoy life. That's my plan. Amen. You tracking with me? This is all about the shot. Grateful for what? The shot. I got shot. Okay.
So grateful is an emotion, an inward emotion. Okay, that's key to understand because we're going to talk about an outward emotion and an inward emotion. But it's an inward emotion that happens after it meets one of these three conditions. They don't have to be all three, but just one of them can spur on being grateful. Costly, valuable, or kind. Costly is dollars spent. Valuable is an allness that you feel because it's given to you. And kind is a service delivered. Andy, give them an example of costly, dollars spent.
Leads. Giving somebody leads. Starter kit. Gas mileage to go see them. Giving away books.
All right.
Time.
Time would be something you can perceive as value. An allness is felt.
Somebody gives you their time. Time away from their family, and they give it to you. What the heck? That just freaks me out when Jeff comes over here and works. I'm like, oh my God, he's here. When Tim Goad comes up for the weekend, brings his whole family. I am in awe of that value.
And then lastly, kind, a service delivered. What would that be?
Adam Katz buys ice cream for my wife in every country, everywhere we are, every single time. I have flowers for Jane everywhere she shows up. Somebody has a baby, we send Alliance baby clothes. You with me? Somebody has a new puppy, we send new Alliance puppy treats.
Yeah, every time my wife is sick or she's had an accident, Jane and Andy always send something. I mean, they're the first to have something show up at the door.
Jane's the best at that.
She always remembers. Always remembers.
Jane's a killer on the kindness. She's a good one on that.
Yeah, and she follows it up with service delivered. And she don't just think about you. She makes you understand that she is going to make you remember that she's thinking about you by delivering something. My
secretaries, Missy, Amber, they're great. If I say this person, think of something that's them. So it's not just the money. It's very special to them. They do a great job of that. The job that I do is telling them, think of something that fits them.
They're very, they put thought behind it. Now look at this. This is key. This is key to understanding this formula at the bottom. By releasing your past, which is, don't just bypass releasing your past and just say it in a sentence. This is very hard to do, releasing your past. But let's say you could do that, and regaining your positive outlook, which is seeing the glass half full, one can reconnect with an optimistic perspective about being alive. That's down here in the formula that I've got. Perspective and gratitude. What's blocking it is a sense of being hopeless. But if you can have an optimistic perspective about being alive, like Andy calls it, I've got a shot, and put it together, match it up, bring perspective and connect it with gratitude, which is a consciousness of our treasures. Always be conscious of what we got and what we could lose. I'm very conscious of that. I'm very appreciative of what I got and what I could lose. But just that thought cannot create gratitude unless you also see the glass half full. Those two together. If you don't marry the perspective and the gratitude, hopelessness will spread out and keep them apart. All right, so let's move to the first part of the recipe. Next page. No, we got a quote. I'm sorry, we got a quote. Gratitude quotes. I like this one by Doris Day. Those of you that know who Doris Day, raise your hand. That just tells me who the old people are in the room. Yeah, I know who Doris Day is. Doris Day said, "Gratitude is riches, complaint is poverty." Yeah, I've never seen anybody that's grateful that walks around complaining. And Cicero said, and I think it's funny because one of my cats is named Cicero. Cicero and Caesar like bookends, but Cicero said, not my cat, but gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all of the others. So it's not just the most important, but it gives birth to the other 7 core values that we have.
So it's the crescendo of this book. It's the peak. It's the deal. That's what I was so excited about. Y'all saw me saying this TWC is going to be big. This is a crescendo, baby. This is the crux of the other values up there that hold the house of the Alliance up.
And I've said, let's go to the next page. I've always said, everybody asks me, which core value does Andy like the best? Well, he likes them all, but he's really big on gratitude. That would be his favorite. So the first part of the recipe is saying you need to learn to be appreciative. Now, a feeling of happiness that comes from being appreciative. It's an expression of thanks. That's what appreciative is. And it can strengthen a relationship. Gratitude encourages us not only to appreciate the gifts, but to repay them or pay them forward. One of my favorite sociologists, because I'm a sociologist, Greg Simmel, called it the moral memory of mankind. Gratitude is the moral memory of mankind. Gratitude is also an affirmation of goodness, the goodness that's around you. We must recognize the root of this goodness and make sure we understand it's outside ourselves. It's bigger than us. It comes from a higher place. In order to maintain said goodness in our lives, we must recognize it from a higher place. It invites a sense of humility and a focus on truly what is important to us in our lives. What matters to us most? Let's go to the next page.
You got that moral the moral memory. In other words, do you remember the good? You have a moral obligation to remember how you got there, mankind. I love this. This is it, baby.
So how do you become appreciative? The root of being appreciative, you have to learn to first become thankful and practice thankfulness. In every language, in every world, there's a word that says thank you. It's universal. This is because gratitude is an inherent quality that resides in each and every one of us. And it's triggered by something spontaneous. Let's talk about that. This is the counting of positive things that come our way. It's what it is. The International Encyclopedia of Ethics, that I looked it up, defines gratitude as the heart's internal indicator on which the tally of gifts that are bestowed upon you outweigh the exchanges. This is a definition that tells us that gratitude is a bunch of unearned increments. Let's go to the next page.
Hold on. So we kind of beat this up.
Yeah, you want to talk about it.
Serendipities. Y'all familiar with that word? Serendipities. You're going to get rich by working, and then you're going to have money that you're going to give to kids that don't deserve it. Because of your moral memory, you got to give back, and then you get this crazy feeling that's a serendipity. You didn't expect that. You knew you was going to get a Maybach, right? You knew you were going to get some front row seats at concerts. But it's the crazy serendipities when you're giving back because of what you remember gets you the thankfulness, which gets you the increments. Does that make sense? The circle? So, I don't know how to spell serendipities, but you got it.
Let's go to the next page. The root of being thankful, practicing thankfulness, is what is called agreeableness. Now this is, we agree that gratitude is an inward feeling, an attitude of thankfulness. It's a demonstration of being thankful. But this expression of thanks would never take place without what is called an agreeable nature. That means that you are not somebody that thrives on conflict, somebody that harbors hate or has malice. These are agreeable people or cooperative people. People that have a cooperative personality trait, which sees the glass half full. Therefore, agreeableness is considered to be a subordinate characteristic. What do I mean by that? Is that I'm always at your beck and call. I practice service over self. It comes from the Good Samaritan story. Read it. It's right there in the Bible. We're supposed to stop for everybody, not just who we want to stop for. To be highly appreciative, you've got to practice the Good Samaritan story. I like this note that I put here. Studies show that agreeable people are more apt to be grateful people. Further, grateful people are happier, less depressed, less stressed, and more satisfied with their lives and their social relationships. You're never going to find that peace of mind that you're looking for unless you can learn to be grateful first. You're going to have to learn that.
I got a bunch right here, but I'm going to light it up, okay?
All right.
And this really comes from Tim Goode. I'm going to give him credit because this freaked me out when he said it. Land appreciates, right? So you want to buy the land, right? What has to happen first? You have to agree with the person on price. We have to come to an agreement before appreciation can take place. When you're hiring somebody, we got to be in agreement with them before they can appreciate. Does that make sense? This is crazy talk right here. Agreement allows growth. Agreement allows appreciation. So finding agreement is the starting point of anything we do. So these people that are not agreeable have a hard time ever starting. So Agreeableness and unity is the power of the alliance. We agree to use the alliance training manual. We agreed on the abbreviation ATM. Agreement and unity power. That is why people say, well, who loses in this program? Satan. So when the devil is going to fight this in all his little army people, he's going to bring disunity at every single chance. Bring disagreement. Find somebody that says, I don't like the way he ran the contest. I don't like the way he scored the contest. I don't like that he should have counted that one this week, not that week. I should have won this. That's disagreeableness that the evil is going to come from to break up unity, because they don't want power. It's a fight. It's not a battle of human blood and bone. It's the spirit. It's the spirit world. It's just the spirit world. This is how to command power. Does that make sense? This is the commanding of power and the getting the heck out of Dodge of the evilness. That's what you feel in the room right now. You ain't felt nowhere else. Is that right there, baby? It's a cleanliness and not disagreeableness.
And I love that recipe Tim gave us this morning. Agreeableness plus unity equals power. You can take your life back. But let's think about this for a second. A lot of people just want to practice the agreeableness without the unity. Agreeing on what celebrating what we agree on is easy. But celebrating what we find differences in is tough. And that's what creates unity. Celebrating what we agree on creates agreeableness. But celebrating what we find different about each other creates unity. That's where the real unity. He and I don't see eye to eye on everything, because me and you don't see eye to eye on everything. But we have unity, don't we? Because we celebrate the difference. We don't let it divide us.
That's good.
I don't feel uncomfortable being me in the alliance. My political views do not diminish.
I knew that's what you. I knew you was trying. I knew you were trying.
I'm on a roll.
I know what he's trying to do.
It doesn't diminish what you think of me. It doesn't. And nor do whatever you believe and whatever your affiliations are. I respect those. I truly do. You know why? Because you respect me back. And that's what's going to keep us.
Move on.
That's what's going to keep us together.
You need to move on.
All right, I just said this quote here by the Dalai Lama, the 14th Dalai. The roots of all goodness lie in the soul of appreciation for that goodness. That's pretty good, isn't it? This monk, I don't know who it is, said, gratefulness is the inner gesture of giving meaning to our life by receiving life as a gift.
A shot.
Every day is a gift. Life and every breath that I take.
He'd be a more famous monk if he'd have said a shot.
Yeah. Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next one, Billy. It's the second part of the recipe, altruism. Gratitude is said to mold and shape the whole existence of our entire lives. Martin Luther said, he referred to...
Say that word again.
Altruism.
All right.
Is that how you say it?
That's it, altruism.
Altruism? I say altruism. Altruism. Martin Luther referred to gratitude as the basic Christian attitude. And he still referred to, and I think it's still referred to today by most people, I asked him this, is the heart of the gospel. Gratitude, that is.
Keep going.
It has been suggested by major religious leaders that true, mature, and pure intentions come from profound, altruistic concerns for the welfare of others. Jonathan Edwards claimed that the affection of gratitude or finding altruism inside us in the most precise way is what we call the evidence of God. The evidence of God, he said, was that altruistic feeling you have inside, that concern for the well-being of others. That's the true evidence of God. Therefore, a kind heart is the prerequisite when trying to exhibit a helpful spirit, which in turn allows us to be grateful. and practice generosity. Does that make sense? So where's this come from? It comes from the next page.
Yeah, hold on. Just altruism, evidence of God. So love and compassion is the evidence of God. You tracking? He said it, but I'm love and compassion. That love, when you're going over and above, not worried about yourself, not worried about you, like success. Like this is bad news for some of you. Kind of like chocolate will make you fat. That's bad news, right? Inconvenience is where leadership is. That's like you're not laying in your bed eating bonbons. That is not leadership. Leadership is out and about helping, not at your home hot spot, but going to another hot spot when it's in frickin' convenient. That's bad news right there. But that's a fact. But that's where life is at. That's where craziness is. Out there, outside of your comfort zone, baby. Life's out yonder, not in your comfort zone. Altruism, baby.
All right, back one.
Back one?
Yeah, we were on the road. So that comes from a sense of being selfless. Selflessness. You can look at gratitude also as a skill that you can be trained to have with practice if you have the right perspective and you look at the world the right way. But the world is full of distractions that pull us in different directions and pull and tug upon our ability to honor the opportunity and practice selflessness. By diligently engaging in a systematic reminder, and that's what I have to do, is I have to get up every day and remind that I've got air in my lungs and I've got a chance. I have to remind, sometimes we have to get up and remind ourselves every day. Systematically, I do that. I knew a guy, and he would do that every day. I'd go up to him and say, Lane, how are you doing? He goes, if I was getting any better, I don't know what I'd do with myself. He'd say that every time, but that was a reminder to let him know that he had a shot. All right. Then we can discover a conscious practice of recognize and remember where we come from and who was responsible for getting us here. That's big. Remembering where we come from and who is responsible for getting us here. I'm going to talk a little bit that on Saturday morning because Mr. Rogers did this exercise where he talked about, and it was very emotional to watch it. I went to see the documentary and just cried and cried at the end because that's how he ended the documentary. He always asked people to shut their eyes and remember who got them to this point. So we'll do that Saturday. The daily practice of gratitude keeps the heart open regardless whatever comes our way. It will not shut your heart down.
Is this where you were talking about the kid, the mama, the way some people were raised? It's not that?
Not that part. That's coming up.
No, but we did.
Did we talk about it?
But no, we didn't talk about that there. Here we talked about who represents this? What's the picture of this? How many of y'all seen that video, Paul Roberts Broken? Oh, yeah. And how grateful he is to Tim Goad, how grateful he is to the team coming in and loving him. That video, Eric Belair's video, Crossroads, that he talks in there of what he had on his mind and how bad, but he's so grateful to the team. Ain't nobody loves to share, teach, and help other people on other teams like Eric Belair. And that will be Adam Katz, just my friend, 28 years. Best friends, buddies, no matter what. I mean, I won't tell you this, but I want to tell you this. Katz, Cuz, and Fitz, Katz, and Cuz got me started with me. We're going to be on stage together, and we're going to talk about that, how we stuck together. You with me? Yes. But Katz is like that guy, and Beth has been like that to my wife and been like that to me. That couple is like, that's them right there of what he's talking about here. The other thing is, I don't know about y'all, what's the opposite of this? Entitlement. They feel like you deserve it. The most miserable people you know, like if they're ill and mad, they're people of entitlement. That is vacantness of gratitude, people that are mad, just upset. Now here's what they blame it on. They don't blame it on themselves. He gets into that. Entitlement, I deserve it. You owe me, miserable people. You watch. And you see them there. Look, Matt, hurt people hurt people. So they hurting and they hurt, but they don't blame themselves for being hurt. Tracking? The opposite of what he's hammering on here.
And this, what we're talking about, would not be possible without the root of becoming selfless is the spirituality. And I don't think we need, we need, a whole hour to talk about that, but I just want to read from this, and then Andy's going to say something that Tim talked about this morning, which was crucial. We need not settle for our present disconnection from a healthy life. Well, just because you're disconnected from what you want doesn't mean you can't fix it. It's not too late. When people are in great numbers, choose to practice spirituality. That's what you'll feel if you're brand new when you come here. You'll feel it this weekend. It's going to fill all these chairs. That's what we've got going on here. The cumulative force of all these people in this room generate and can generate a world that we hope for outside these walls. We can only hope for what you're experiencing in here is going to happen outside these walls.
That just blow your mind. A cumulative of this can change the world. Y'all world changers.
And then we can recover ourselves into the original shape that we were supposed to be and have this thing called sacred meaning, which embraces what is called contentment, a peace of mind. That's what people ask me, what do you want? Do I want a peace of mind? I want harmony in my life. I want balance in my life. That's what I want. But you can't have that unless you're contented. And you're not going to be contented unless you receive this gift of spirituality. And Tim, do you want to say what Tim said about that? About your life, building your body, building your body.
All right. Spirituality is this: love conquers all. Does that make sense? It's just that, well, I said it's a fight against spirits and supernatural elements. It's just pure love. Just absolutely, I'm okay with that. It's the circle of you, baby. Worried about you and not worried about everybody else trying to change the world. Worried about your attitude, and that changes everything. The other thing is, here's what people think. This is crazy right here. People think, I got to change my habit. I got to change my behavior. And that is true. But the start is to change the thinking. So when I made that comment, when you said she said she'd think about it, I said, yeah, that's right. See, like, that is right. The way you think, then change your habits and your behaviors. Okay? So, in fact, spirituality is how you think. So you change your spirituality. Like, this is my pet peeve, and I'm going to try not to pick on anybody specifically, and some of y'all are safe. I can see y'all are not going to be picked on. These young kids work on their body all the time, and they look awesome, but they're miserable, and they ain't got no money on top of that. They are broke as a joke. Your spirituality, your love is going to last through eternity. Like this little whiff of a life, gone. Body, gone. Yep. Eternity, who you think and who you are, and that love. That's why this is so huge, baby. Because this I'm an engineer. I've studied this. Eternity is going to last a lot longer than your life. And it's way bigger, way more important. Okay, you can go.
All right. Quote. Let's do the quote on this, and we'll move to the last part of the recipe real quick. The next page, it's got the quotes somewhere. There we go. All right. Here's Martin Luther King said this, and then I got explanation of what he meant by this. Every man must decide whether he will walk in the light of created altruism, or in the darkness of destructive selfishness. And what he means by that? Every day is Judgment Day, he said. Every day is Judgment Day. It's not one day that's coming. Every day is Judgment Day. The light has come already into this world. This is the judgment he talked about. Life's most persistent and urgent question is this: what are you doing for others? Eddie Murphy said, "What are you doing for me lately?" No. All right. Some of y'all got that. Further, when there is a conflict, creative altruism is more than an outcome. It is a process that results in a win-win result for everybody. And it's a process that creates and requires us to have dialogue with each other. Dialogue's good. Open channels of communication are good. That's what he was talking about. Let's go to the next part of the recipe, the last part.
Wait a minute, I got one thing.
Acknowledgement.
I got one thing.
Okay.
This is Tim Goad quote. Go back to this, let me go. Altruism, other people. Listen to this. You will never have joy, peace. You'll never feel the whole. You'll never feel crazy contentment. You will never get there until you find something that's bigger than you and greater than you. Trying to get your life comfortable, you eating bonbons will not give joy, peace, happiness, psychoness. You're not going to get that life until you find something bigger than you that you're working for. And then it'll flood you with a feeling of happiness that nothing can touch, baby. That's the whole concept right there.
All right, the last part is acknowledgement, which is a form of validation. Gratitude is a feeling that emerges within. We've already said that. However, it is not simply an emotional response. It is also a choice that you make every day. To acknowledge people. You can do this. You can be taught to do this. We choose to recognize the fortune, but we can choose to recognize the fortunes bestowed upon us. We can choose to do that. Or we can choose to be ungrateful by taking our gifts and blessings for granted. Philosopher David Hume, one of my favorite philosophers, said, ingratitude. He didn't say gratitude, he said ingratitude. Being ungrateful is the most horrible and unnatural crime that a person is capable of committing.
Wow.
The philosopher Immanuel Kant, he said, quite simply, ingratitude, being ungrateful, is the essence of vileness.
That's what makes you so mad. Somebody has no gratitude, you get angry about it. Now, I got to tell you, your job is to move on. Your job is to move on, not attack. Your job is to move on. But remember that and go like, God, all right, then go.
Ingratitude, which of course has become the norm. Gratitude's not the norm in our society. Ingratitude's the norm. And it corrodes our social bonds and undermines the public trust, leading to societies built upon rights and entitlements instead of societies built upon duty and obligation. A society that's built upon me rather than us is going to fail. Where does this acknowledgement come from? The next page. It is tough because it's ingrained in us to not do this. Because we're so, it's a double-edged sword. We're striving to better our lot in life, which that's what everybody's coming this weekend to do. Tell me how you make this money. But we're not just about making money. We're about making a difference. We're about having fun. So it can't just be about the money. And also, some people want to, they can't acknowledge others because they're so busy trying to control their destiny, they don't worry about other people's destiny. To credit ourselves kills our ability to have gratitude. Then it turns into blaming, which will destroy any chance of gratitude. The belief in some sort of cosmic equality or justice that's guaranteed to you. Life is not supposed to be fair. You're not guaranteed equality. That's the problem. That's tough. That's a tough pill for this outside world to understand. I can't tell you the places I go and they want to talk about how they're supposed to be treated and how they're supposed to be taken as an important piece of the organization. But they don't talk about the organization. They just talk about them in the organization. Now, we got some of those amongst us too. We got people that blame everything.
We got less than we used to have.
Less than we used to have.
We got a few that we can keep an eye on them now. If you got a bunch of them, you can't. They all around you can't keep an eye on. You got a few of them, you can watch them. That's good news for them people. You know who you are too.
If you want to get rid of this attitude of that somebody owes you, then you've got to catch this next thing that comes from acknowledgement, and it's a big word: indebtedness.
All right, let me do this. Remember what people have done for you. Remember. Try not to remember what you've done for people. Does that make sense? Yes. Don't. Remember that time I bought you dinner? You want to talk about turning somebody off. Remember that time I bought you dinner? You want to make them happy? Watch this. Make me happy. Tell them how to make me happy. Remembering what people did for you.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Gene Simmons.
Yeah. He brings that up, and I'm going like, what about Gene Simmons? What about him?
See, Andy took me to see Gene Simmons, which is a big deal to me. I was in all of that. I've always, it's a bucket list thing. He took me and did that. But if he uses that to make me remember that I'm supposed to do something.
It's ugly.
That gets ugly.
That's ugly.
He's supposed to do it because it's the right thing to do, not to use it against me later on. So indebtedness is basically an outward energy, not an inward energy. Gratitude is inward, but indebtedness is an outward thing. And here's the way to look at it. I mean, I could read all this, but I just want to tell you really quick. All of you have used indebtedness when you have children. You got young children, and somebody gives them something, and you tell them, what do you say? And you're waiting for them, if you did good parenting, them to say, thank you, Mrs. Potts, or whoever gave it to them. Right? You're trying to teach them indebtedness. Indebtedness is, if you don't have an indebtedness, if you don't have that, you don't have an indebted feeling, you're not going to take responsibility for your actions later on.
So when you meet people that their parents did not raise them telling them to say thank you, they never got in a habit. And you say, well, it's just a habit. It don't mean anything because the kid just says, thank you. No, yes, it does. Because you fake it till you make it. You act it until you get it. Because the only thing matters is what you do. Right. So when them kids do it, then he keep doing it because he get in a habit. And next thing you know, they accuse him of being a grateful person. See how that works?
They work their way into
He's grateful. Look at the way he's thankful for everything. And then we go, we need to talk to him. We need to recruit him. We need her. That's why you're a football coach. When you're a football coach and you're recruiting, you want to meet the parents. That's right. Because you want to see if they taught them to say thank you and please and little stuff like that. Not kidding. It seems crazy to me, but it's not a joke. Like things started, this brings stuff to me. I'm like, oh, that's why. Yeah, that's the way they was raised.
And what he just said, it says it right here. One must first accept with emotional maturity the required outward response of saying or parroting from their parents, thank you, and not really actually mean it at first. You might not. As a kid, you think this kid's at 6 really mean thank you. They're like, I just want to go play with my toy you gave. But see, therefore, indebtedness is just plain good manners, and returning a favor is the decent thing to do. It's teaching your kids decency. If you don't teach them, who's going to teach them? Where does the indebtedness come from?
Here's a crazy thing too. This is the weirdest thing. The inner stuff is freaky to me, and I listen. Y'all know I listen to audios all the time, and I was just listening to one of my heroes, and he said this: I can't make you feel the love. Watch, dude. No matter what I do to you, if you're not happy inside, if you don't love you, you can't feel love. So you run into people that no matter what you do for them, don't look at the one right beside you, okay? Especially if it's your spouse. But you can't make them happy. Now listen, I'm saying two things. You can't make them happy. And I'm saying, you can't make them happy? It's a person that's indebted for everything they've been given can drink in your love. Does that make sense? So we're looking for people that have some indebtedness, that inner feeling, because we can't get to them if they don't have it. Does that make sense? Does that help you with the inward thing?
Oh, yeah.
If they ain't got it in them, that's why I say I can't put in you what God left out of you. Does that make sense? I'm not that magical. But if they got it, we can cultivate it and get it to come out, get it to blossom.
Let's go to the last screen. Indebtedness comes from this thing called conscientiousness.
Hey, did you go to it? What you're loyal to is what you're indebted to. People that don't appreciate hot spots, or they don't appreciate the alliance, here's what they say: I could have done it without you. They're not indebted. And people that don't get, listen to this, I'm going to close my eyes. People that don't get referrals, you don't have the indebtedness for that lead. If you love that lead, does that make sense? You say, wait a minute, are you tying in referrals to indebtedness? Yeah. Because you're so God blessed appreciative of this lead, you follow the system. And the system is leads. And the system is a green sheet. Indebtedness is where you're loyalty to. And when you're loyal, you do what you're supposed to do. You don't fight the system. Does that make sense? This is crazy stuff right here. This is going to set us on fire, man. Some of us already on fire. All right, brother, conscientious.
Gratitude also has everything to do with being conscientious. I know you probably looked at that and thought, what does it have to do with that? But it does, because it implies a desire to do a task well. Not just go through the motions and check a box, but do it well, being careful and being vigilant while you do it. So when paired with indebtedness, conscientiousness paired with indebtedness takes on a whole nother dimension and creates a dutiful nature about you and an obligated nature about you, about returning that favor. You're not only dutiful to what people have done for you, you're obligated to them. And I will say this: being disorderly and showing a lack of self-discipline has a direct negative impact on your ability to be grateful. If you don't have your life in order, you can't even think about other people and what they've done for you. You're just thinking about your life's in disarray. You've lost sight of everything that's around you. You're just in your own sphere of influence, which is you're trying to fix you. You're not worried about what people do for you. In order to recognize the importance of this kind of act done for you, one must already possess the deliberate thoroughness in their own life. I live with, and I know Andy does, with a deliberate thoroughness. I make sure every day I get up, I do every due diligence I'm supposed to do. I owe my 8 cats. I know that's bizarre, and I can't believe I just said it out loud. But I have a lot to do in the morning before I come. And those 8 cats all have different personalities, and I take care of them. But I do it with a deliberate thoroughness. Everything I do, I'm very deliberate. I'm very thorough about what I do. Even with each cat, Harry deserves a lot more attention than the other 7 because he's got a urinary tract infection right now. But,
Jeff, we got to go. That's good stuff. Let's go.
Let's go to the quote.
Hey, listen. It's not by accident. The conscientiousness, it's not by accident. That's why I do this right here. Russ will tell you this. 18 years ago, I went into houses like this right here. What's that? Because that's how many signatures you had to have and a check from F&G. There was 4 signatures and a check. And I didn't want to leave that house with all 4. 1 signature, 2 signature, 3 signature, 4. I need a check. Does that make sense? And that's why I do like this. You should go in the house and say, I got to get a check, I got to get referrals, I got a green sheet, and I got to recruit. Deliberateness is conscientiousness, which is the outward expression of this inner thing that you say you got. See how that works? There's some pressure right up in here, baby.
The last quote, we're ended. A man's indebtedness is not a virtue, his repayment is. Now, we got to break that down. A man's indebtedness is, we're talking about what you feel is not a virtue, but what you express is a virtue.
But these people got to learn the words. Do is what he's trying to say. What you do is what it makes the difference. I don't know where it is, but it's what you do. See what I'm saying? It's just not the indebtedness. You got to do those 4 things.
Well, we're finished with these. I think that you're going to be impressed by the book when we finally get it done.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
I want a couple things. What's the opposite of this one? You know them. Complain, and then they got advice. It's called critique. They got to critique you. You know, one thing I'd have done if I was you, I go, how do I say it? Wow, I can't wait to hear it. Meaning, I'm going to have to listen to it now, ain't I? Wow, I can critique. People say, you don't want suggestions. I love suggestions, love ideas. We do ideas. A lot of leads we create, somebody say, hey, you know what y'all do? And we did it. And we tried it. It was a test. Okay, critique, complain, criticize. That's the opposite. I wish. And they'll do it in the form of a prayer request too. I got a prayer request. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Pray for my mama. She's so-and-so, right? It's a way to complain and criticize and critique. My favorite of all this, life is too short comes back to what Jim Valvano said. Every day that you laugh, cry, and think is a heck of a day. If you can laugh, cry, and think 7 days a week, you got something special, baby. You're living life. That's where it's at when it's for something bigger than you. When you run into people that got money and they ain't happy, do you know what the problem is? They got no gratitude. They got no gratitude, baby. Hey, Gwen, come on up here. Y'all got to meet Gwen. She helped. She made us a bigger house. Give her a hand. Great job. Great job. Just take a mic and say hey to everybody. Do you got a dog?
Hello.
Tell everybody your name, where you went to school.
I'm Gwen, and I went to Meredith College in Raleigh. So.
Yeah, you did. And it's almost state. You
it's
know that.
State.
It's almost state.
State. That's what I got to say.
Because a lot of guys from state go over there and say, hey, y'all. And they're right.
It's true.
It's true. What did you study?
Graphic design and
It worked. It took on you. Some people studied and it didn't take.
So.
What did you tell them you do the other day in front of everybody?
Make things look good.
That you do. Good job. People that have money and are not happy, they don't have the grateful spirit. And it don't just do to feel it, but to say it. I am freaking out that I'm going to Spencer. Is the car ready? I got to go. I got to get on a helicopter. I love y'all. Get Jeff right. Don't let him leave. Get a hug. I got to go. Have a good time. I love it.